Maybe you've lived this already. You leave one draining situation, and a few months later, the new one feels strangely familiar. Different people, same tension. You stabilize your money for a while, and then another version of the same pressure appears. You finally get momentum back, and your energy crashes again, right when life asks something of you. If that keeps happening, the danger is simple. You treat each episode like a separate accident. A bad boss, a bad month, bad timing. And because you keep fighting the costume, the pattern survives. By the end of this video, you'll know the hidden structure underneath repeating chaos, and the one sentence inside you that keeps it alive. The missing piece is this: outer chaos often repeats because one inner arrangement keeps printing itself onto different parts of your life. Same pattern, different material. One time it becomes conflict. Another time, money pressure. Another time, exhaustion, delay, or confusion. But underneath, the geometry is the same. That is why a person can change city, partner, work, strategy, even spiritual framework, and still meet the same wall again. Not because nothing changed outside. A lot changed outside, but the organizing pattern inside remained intact. So life kept finding a new surface to display it on. A useful way to see it: your life is not repeating events. It is repeating a signature. Not the storyline, the signature. The storyline is another argument, another financial hit, another collapse. The signature is more exact. It might be, I only move when pressure becomes unbearable. Or, I overgive until resentment appears. Or, I avoid clean decisions, so life makes them for me. The event changes. The inner position stays. And once you see that, a lot of bad luck starts looking more like correspondence. But here is where it gets uncomfortable. Underneath every repeating pattern, there is a bargain. A silent sentence you never agreed to out loud, but your life keeps honoring. If I stay small, I stay safe. If I overextend, I stay loved. If I delay, I avoid the verdict. If I keep everything unstable, I never have to fully arrive. That hidden bargain is often what keeps the outer loop alive. And this is why forcing a surface change sometimes does nothing. You can leave the job and keep the role. You can leave the partner and keep the bargain. You can fix the calendar and keep the inner split. Then the pattern simply waits for a new stage. Here is the first turning point. The outer world is not merely happening near you. It is often revealing the pattern you are carrying through it. This is deeper than positive or negative thinking. When a pattern is alive inside you, it does not stay as a thought. It moves across planes: belief, emotional charge, habit of attention, bodily rhythm, until it becomes circumstance. That is why someone can say, I keep attracting controlling people, while already living with an inner structure of self-suppression. Or, money always disappears, while carrying guilt around receiving. Or, my energy is always broken, while living in a constant split between what they know and what they keep agreeing to. The pattern recruits. It shapes mood, perception, behavior, timing, and eventually, the situation itself. This is why outer chaos often feels familiar before it is visible. You can feel the same compression, the same rush, the same numbness, before anything has technically gone wrong yet. So the real question is not, why does this keep happening? It is, what is identical in me every time this happens? That question moves you from the costume to the signature. And it leads to the part that matters most. How do you know you found the real one? The real pattern is the one that appears across categories. If it exists only in one area, it may still be situational. But if it shows up in relationships, money, energy, work, and timing, you are looking at something structural. Look for recurrence in 3 places. 1. The role you keep taking: rescuer, avoider, invisible one, performer, martyr, controller, pleaser. 2. The feeling that always comes first. Not the reaction, the feeling that precedes the situation, pressure, guilt, scarcity, dread, urgency, shame. 3. The bargain underneath. You already heard the sentences. Now name yours. That is the most revealing of all, because the bargain is not something that happened to you. It is something you keep consenting to. If you misname the pattern, you stay trapped in management mode. You keep solving episodes while feeding the structure that generates them. Here is the second turning point. The loop does not break when you control every outer variable. It breaks when the inner pattern loses the right to organize your life. That begins when you catch the pattern at the moment it tries to become reality. Not after the explosion, not after the drained bank account, not after the familiar fight. Earlier, at the level of permission, at the level of identification, at the level where you can still feel yourself stepping into the old role before the world locks it in. That is the real value of seeing correspondence clearly. It returns causality to you, not total control over life, but a readable law. You stop asking, "How do I fix this episode?" and start asking, "What in me keeps consenting to this form?" The simplest reversal I can give you. Stop reading recurring outer chaos as a series of separate punishments. Read it as one pattern looking for new costumes. Once you see the costume is costume, you stop negotiating with appearances. You go to the signature, and that is where the real break begins. Now pause, name your bargain. The silent sentence your life keeps honoring. Write it in the comments. Just the sentence. Nothing else.